Hey happy people. So today we are going to be making sea moss gel, but we're going to be making it two different ways here. We're going to have the raw version and then the cooked version. So to start off, here in my bowl, check it out. I got a clear glass bowl that isn't blue. We are going to be making it with, of course you need sea moss. So that is your main ingredient, sea moss. This right here is about 7 ounces of sea moss already dry. Just came in the mail yesterday. I want you guys to see, like, it's really yellow-like and very dry, very salty. I don't know if you guys can see the salt on there, but there's a lot of debris. So you have to wash this. You have to wash it. I usually wash it like 3 or 4 times until the water runs clear and there's no debris in the bottom, because there's all kind of, like I say, sea salt, sand, and debris from the sea. So you must wash this first before anything else. So I'll be right back after I wash my sea moss. Okay, I am back. I have washed my sea moss and cleaned all of the salt and sand and debris off. As you can see, it even looks a little lighter and it's already starting to rehydrate. There is, sometimes you find little pieces. Let me see where the other one go. Well, anyway, sometimes you find little pieces like this. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but they're kind of dark right there. I usually just throw that away. I don't even try to rehydrate it. Alright, so now that you washed all your sea moss up and it's all clean, you have to cover it with water. And not just a little water, you need it to, whatever bowl you're using, you need it to be, your bowl needs to be at least, I would say 3 times bigger than how much sea moss you got when it's dry, because it's gonna pretty much double in size. Well, actually, I would say 10 times the size. It's gonna be as big as this bowl once it's rehydrated. So I usually fill it up to just about a little bit before toppling over there. And you have to let this sit. This is the hardest part. You have to let this sit overnight, or at least 8 hours. For me, it's going to be about 8 hours because it's actually early in the morning for me. So by the time I go to work, do all that stuff, come back, it'll be, I'll say, about 10 hours or so. So cover this with something. Let it sit for overnight, or at least 8 hours. And when you come back, it will be doubled in size. Your water will be down because it'll basically be rehydrated and absorbed all the water. And we'll get back to doing our sea moss. So until then, be right back. Okay, we are back. It has been just about 24 hours. And our sea moss is all soaked. I don't know if, well, you guys can probably see it over here, how large it has become. See, it's like quadrupled in size. And that's what you're looking for. You want good, nice sea moss, colorful there. Have some yellow to it. If it's a white sea moss, I wouldn't eat that. I mean, I would just be weary because it shouldn't be white. That means they bleached it or something. It's been processed, really processed. Okay, so now to make our first sea moss gel, we are going to boil it. And this is going to get us a nice gel for like cheeses and things like that. So I'm just going to put about half of this in this pan. Might want to actually get some power to it though. Alright, so I'm just going to add about half of this to this pan here. I don't really rinse it after this because I've rinsed it several times, and this was just water that it soaked up. So and that's probably maybe one more little piece here. That's enough for that right there, and the rest we will do in a different way. So now I just need to add some water. And there is no measurement for this. I just usually add quite a bit here. Turn my heat on high. And I usually let that go for like an hour. And it just congeals down. And you'll see in the end result, but it'll congeal down, and then I just take out the sea moss itself and keep the liquid at the bottom. Be like Jello, baby. Alright, so while that is going, we are now going to move on to our second way of making our sea moss. So be right back. Okay, so now we have our blender here, and this is going to be our raw sea moss. Usually this, you can eat it by the spoonful or put it in your smoothies, anything like that, your ice creams. Put it on your food right after you have turned off the heat off the fire on it. This is the raw one, so this one has all the nutrition. This is probably the best one, but you use both of them for different things. So we're going to put this one in a blender and just blend it up really good with just a little water. Well, I guess I need my blender blade. Girl, you always forget something. Always forget something. Alright, so now, blade in the blender so it actually can do its job. So now, just add our sea moss. There we go. Now I just start usually blending this without any water, but if you need water you can just add a little bit as you go. Alright, and I do need some water because that is not what I want it to look like. Alright, and there is our raw sea moss gel. Okay, can you guys see that? It looks like applesauce just about. Focus camera. Okay, so now we just put this in a container and close it up. Now, look at that. See that? Looks like applesauce. And that one is done. That one is very quick and easy. And let's check on our cooked one. So be right back. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys, this is about 30 minutes in, and as you can see my sea moss is just about dissolved into the water, and it's getting much thicker, and that's what you want to be looking for. You want your sea moss to basically dissolve all the way down. You only want to, well, sometimes I have little bits in there, but just dissolve down as far as you can get it without burning it. Alright, be back. Okay, it has been about an hour now, and my sea moss has just about totally dissolved. You guys can see here, like it went from being way up here to way down here, and as you see, it's very gelatinous, like it's starting to stick to the the spatula. See that? So now we're just going to turn off our heat all the way. It has pretty much dissolved all of it. You can put this in a blender if you like to blend it up to make it a little more smoother. I usually don't. I just strain it and put it in a jar. So that's what we're going to do here. As you can see, I'm not throwing away that's not totally melted down. I'm just mashing it through the sieve, so that way I still get that too. I just don't want it to be whole pieces in there, so I'm making sure it gets mashed all the way through. Alright, now just mix that up together there. Now that you got it all mashed through the strainer, you can take a whisk and whisk this up. Like I say, I just run it through. I don't do too much else with this after I've cooked it. So you see that? It's kind of thick there, almost look like some soup. But that's what you want right there. And as you put it in the refrigerator, this is going to thicken up. So I just add it to my mason jar here. Here we go. And you just close this up, put it in the refrigerator for like a day, and it will gel up like Jell-O or something like that. I have here some that I had already made a few days ago. I didn't cook it as long as this one, and I didn't have as much sea moss in there, so it's not as thick, but look at that. Like, y'all see that? It's almost like jelly or Jell-O. Looks like I made some gelatin there. But that's what you're looking for. It'll get thicker. Like, the more sea moss you use and the longer you let it cook, it will get thicker and thicker. But that's how it looks. Alright, so now you have sea moss gel two types of ways. You have your raw version, which is you can put in your smoothies, ice creams, cold product, I would say anything that is cold to give it a little thickness, or just for nutrition. You can eat spoonsful of it for nutrition, or you can use this one here. This is your cooked version, and this is more of like a gelatin. Anything that you would use gelatin for, like Jell-O, mousses, things like that, like anything that you would use a gelatin powder for, you can use this in place of gelatin. And this is more or less just for your nutrition, and it thickens things up, but usually just for nutrition. So, and that is how you make your sea moss gel, two types of ways. So, with that, I am done, and until the next video, y'all stay happy.